we'll have a second full moon in Capricorn. And the energy that this is bringing in is really completion and new beginnings. Completion and new beginnings. Now, there's a whole bunch of astrological mathematics and intersections around this particular full moon with degrees and, the joining of planets and the movement of the other planets, which you can read more in a link that I'm going to include below. But for the soul and business seeker, I think this full moon offers us the power of capitalizing on hindsight. Capitalizing on hindsight. One of my favorite sources, Astro Butterfly, puts it this way. There's a feeling of having been here, done this. We know what to expect. We know what we need to focus on. And this time we fully commit. We go all in. We don't look back. It's now or never. It's 100% commitment, not 99%, not even 99.9%. Now I'm going to give you a minute to just consider that, to pause and to take that in while I shift gears from the video portion into the audio segment that really invites you to tune in and listen for your soul and your business and what you need to hear today. So here's a question. What have you been dancing with that you know is a part of your soul path, inside your business or beyond, but you haven't really gone all in on? You've been flitting around it like a moth or flirting with it to see if there's potential, or like me, maybe you've been fucking around a lot, but you've never really gotten serious about it. Maybe it's about shaping your CEO soul vision. Maybe it's a tactic, a service offering, or an initiative that's intended to bring your core value into the market. Maybe it's more general than that. Like you've been reevaluating where you're investing your vital energy, your time, your money, your life force energy, your chi. Capricorn energy has a seriousness to it. Capricorn energy is focused, it's disciplined, and it's ambitious. And the intersection with this full moon and the planet Pluto brings in a powerful opportunity for us to use that 2020 hindsight to commit to something that we've been dancing with, or to commit to letting go of something in order to refocus. Astro Butterfly reminds us that there's something magical about 100% commitment. We connect ourselves to the fabric of the universe, and the universe begins to conspire to help us achieve that goal. But we can also look at another source to see the value of going all in. The book of Revelations, chapter 3, verse 15 and 16 from the Christian Bible, puts it this way. I know your works, that you are neither cold nor hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I've spit you out of my mouth. Nothing like getting straight to the heart of the matter. But all joking aside, I take a few things from this particular verse. Number one, God loves commitment. Number two, God understands that even when we don't make a decision, we're making a decision. Number three, God can't truly bless our work to the degree that they could if we are going to be half-hearted about it. So what are you 100% committed to? What can you commit yourself to 100%? Now, there are a million reasons why we might not be able to settle into this question and find the answer. So I want to invite you to take the month of August to create space. Mercury is in retrograde this month. As of August 6th, Mercury goes into retrograde, which I mentioned in January's Choice Points podcast means that it's a perfect time to use that retrograde, slow down energy to press pause and decide what's worthy of committing to. We also have Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune in a retrograde movement. And those bigger planets are hanging out in human design themes that are connected to conservation, surrender, and connecting with spirit. You know, I just posted to Instagram the other day that every time I write or record a podcast or a video, I'm really talking to myself. I'm really talking to my past self, my present self, or my future self. Now, I share it with others because there is a chance that you might be where I have been, my past self, or where I am right now, my current self, or where the divine wants me to move toward, my future self. So as you listen to this short, focused conversation today, know that I'm really, in many, many ways, having a me, myself, and I conversation that I'm sharing with the collective. I've been in a time of deep rest and restoration through July. I had a revelation in July that I really haven't taken a break since 2019. And I don't really even count that one because it was such a dismal holiday. So this month, I was revisiting the insights from my soul style. And I too am in a place where my soul is asking me to decide what I'm committed to clarify what my vision is, to understand what my end game is for all the things that I've been investing my time and energy into, to set some goals and to revisit things that I have been dabbling with, and then consider what will I commit myself to wholeheartedly. Now, that does not mean I'm going to put myself into push energy. It does not mean that I am going to focus on it exclusively. It means that I am going to commit wholeheartedly to a plan or a schedule that works for me and stay with that until I start to feel something else from spirit, which is a constant evolution. It's really been a period of evaluating what I truly believe matters, what is truly valuable, and what is a truly valuable investment of my time, my life force energy, my money, my gifts, my talents, my resources, and so on. I've been creating some space to see what direction my soul style really wants me to move in, or maybe even more so, what direction it's been pulling me in since I started to become aware of those insights. And I'm not unaware. I know pretty clearly that this podcast is a part of that. So I've been quietly considering how I would restructure it and reimagine it, and how I would bring it together a little differently if I were to begin again. Now, if you're really not sure how to work with this energy, this Capricorn full moon energy, I would suggest reflecting on the insights from your North Node, which I talked about in July, using astrology or human design, whatever you have access to, because the North Node is essentially our North Star after the age of 42. The North Node reflects what and how and where our soul longs to be. My North Node is in Pisces. As I've studied astrology, my interpretation of this intersection is that is that in becoming the highest expression of the Pisces North Node archetype, which I think of as the divine mystic, it happens by reaching beyond this idea of escapism or empty daydreams and committing to embodying the spiritual within the material. Come back to the Capricorn full moon. The material is where Capricorn loves to be. Capricorn loves structure. Capricorn brings great stability and typically has a lot of stamina, however that shows up in your chart. But not many people know this about Capricorn. The gifts of Capricorn, which are the ability to go the distance, to stay disciplined, and to achieve high levels of success, is to serve their soul mission. The gifts of Capricorn are to be used to elevate their own inner spiritual quest. Going all in with this Capricorn full moon energy has sort of a both and feeling for me. It has both the feeling of creating material stability, which we are all very, very, very conscious of trying to do for ourselves in some aspect of our world. Maybe it's material like financial, but maybe it's material in terms of where we live, the relationships that help us feel secure and stable in life, and to use that stability to support our own inner spiritual journey. Go all in. Don't look back. Commit 100%. Not 99%, not 99.9%. And if you are open to doing so, pop a comment below about what you are sensing this means in your corner of the world. Well, thanks for joining me for this short focused conversation around working with the energy of the new moon, full moon cycle. If you are curious about the influence of the moon in your human design chart or success codex, that is one of 4 drivers from your soul style that I've woven into the Soul Driver's Guide. You can find a link below to explore how you can get this personalized package complete with a 15-minute highlight reel from me where I guide you through the insights for your core driver, your purpose driver, your energy driver, and insights around your moon, which paints a picture of what keeps you in flow. In simple terms, the full moon is a call to reflect on what we are committed to right now, to consider if there is something that perhaps we need to bring to completion, and to use the power of hindsight to shore up our confidence and commit to something 100%. Now, this is something, as I mentioned in this podcast, is coming up very specifically for me in my corner of the world, specifically around this podcast. I've been getting quiet during July, and I've been listening to Spirit and considering that if I was to go back to April 2019, when I first started this podcast, and all of the iterations that it has gone through, what would it look like if I started it again right now? So that's where you can expect to see some things shift in September from me around my podcast. A relaunch in some respects that is more in line with my soul style, and I am going to change the name of it to reflect my core number in numerology. Until next time, I'm Trish Murray. Have a great summer. Take some time to slow down and tune in to what your soul is speaking, maybe through your North Node, which I touched on last month, maybe through a favorite meditation or a prayer or a practice that helps you connect with the divine spirit.